Chances are, if you've been on the internet, you've been called either a racist, a sexist, a misogynist, or a transphobic to some degree. Whether or not you are actually those things, you most likely have been called it by someone who disagrees with something that you have said. Or if you're someone like me who makes videos on YouTube, and you have a large audience, you're gonna get called all of those things combined. And I know that I'm not the only one who does this, but about every 2 weeks or so, I usually search my name, Mr. Repzion, oh how narcissistic this is, on Tumblr just to see what people say, because we all know that Tumblr is the website for everyone. It's the best website on the internet. You get the most intelligent opinions and arguments and debates is on Tumblr, always. And that's sarcasm in case you people can't detect it in my voice. Tumblr actually kind of inspired this video, and it's really all about ideologies and movements. Because there's this notion that if you disagree with an element or a part of, let's just say, feminism, which I do, there are parts of feminism which I think are cool and I agree with, and then there are other parts of feminism which I'm like, ick, yuck, I don't want anything to do with that, I just no. Now when you voice those things that you don't agree with within a movement, you're automatically labeled or told that you are a misogynist or something or racist or sexist because you don't agree 100% with an ideology or a movement. And I really shouldn't have to say this in this day and age, but you can disagree with parts of something and still agree with what the entire goal is. For example, I acknowledge that sexism exists within gaming. And from just going off personal experience from this, when I play video games with my girlfriend all of the time, and she constantly gets belittled and attacked because of her gender. 95%, now I'm not saying all guys who play video games do this, but she gets attacked by men in video games when she talks on her microphone. She gets called a whore, a slut, she gets told that she's bad at video games because she's a girl, and I'm sitting there in the same game with her as these people just go on and attacking her for her gender. It's a real issue within gaming. Now typically they attack me and call me a gay faggot or something like that, which is different because, you know, one's being attacked for their gender, I'm being attacked for my sexuality. But for the most part, I don't know what it's like to be attacked on my gender. She does. And I believe a large portion of the gaming community, these men who say these types of things towards women in games, are probably most likely sexist, and in some ways so insecure about themselves that a girl is beating them in a video game, because my girlfriend is very good at video games, that they feel it necessary to say these degrading things to her. I acknowledge that these types of things exist. Racism is a real problem, and it exists. I mean, just recently on the pool party thing, that cop doing a barrel roll down the thing and grabbing a girl's ponytail, shoving her to the ground, pulling a gun on people, and just, it was the most chaotic video I think I've ever seen, and it is a perfect example of racism alive and well. Racism, misogyny, sexism, these things are real life issues that are going on right now. Yet, if you disagree with an element of that, you are therefore labeled racist, sexist, misogynist. I don't really understand why this is the case, that you have to agree 100% with something, but if you think that way, you're a stupid idiot. And I know those two words don't make sense, stupid idiot, but thank you, my friend Reed. Now, one of the most recent things that I have been called, and I've been called this quite a lot on Tumblr, is that I'm a cis white male. Now, I've looked up the definition of this, and there's a lot of definitions for this definition of cis white male. But apparently, to Tumblr, I'm not allowed to talk about any sort of LGBT issues. I'm not even allowed to make videos on issues that they are facing because, one, I'm a cis white male, and two, I'm not gay. Therefore, anything I have to say about the issue is somehow invalidated, and anything I have to say is not valuable because I'm a cis white male. Whatever that means, I still, to this very day, don't know. I think it means because I was white, and I was born into a white family, and I'm male, and I didn't choose my gender identity. I don't know. I don't know what it means, but it's a really stupid terminology that I keep seeing myself called a cis white male. I'm a cis white male, cis white male. This is what I want to tell you. Whether I make a sexist joke, which I do, I've made a race joke, which I've done, I've made feminist jokes, I've made jokes about a lot of different issues on YouTube, in my day-to-day life. I'm someone who has a dark sense of humor. That's part of me. If the people are offended by that, oh well. But if you're offended by a sexist joke, a rape joke, and granted there's a time and place to make rape jokes. Obviously, if someone's coming out as a rape victim, making a rape joke is really inappropriate, and I would completely disown that type of behavior. What matters most to me is my day-to-day interactions. Yes, I made a race joke. So what? Does that joke that I make somehow change my day-to-day interactions that I have with other people of color? No. Oh my goodness, I made a sexist joke. Does that somehow affect my day-to-day living on how I treat women? No. That's, to me, what's important. And half the people who spout these things that I'm racist, misogynistic, I'm sexist, I'm transphobic, have in no way ever displayed how exactly I am these things. You can use these words to call people something, but if you do nothing to display how I am those things, they do nothing to further your cause. By all means, they take away from the actual meaning of those words of racism, sexism, and misogyny, and you take away from those words because you can't demonstrate how I am those things. So calling people those things just because you disagree with something that I've said, you're actually working against yourself with trying to fight against those things. This is just my opinion. This is just me voicing my thoughts. And I encourage you to sit back and think about yourself. The words that you use and the context behind them. Because in this day and age, words offend everyone. Someone's opinion or disagreement offends someone. And it saddens me that we've reached this point where people are so easily offended that they use words that actually had historical meaning, like racism, because you said something that I didn't agree with. That's all I gotta say. I'm going to be having some guest videos appear this next week because I'm going to be gone for a few days because I'm going to E3, my first time. I'm very excited. I'll be making a video at E3, or recording a video at E3 that I'll be uploading on this channel. So be on the lookout. I have some new guests coming on this channel that you have not seen before. So be on the lookout. Hope you check out their channel. My name is Mr. Repzion, also known as Daniel Salzbach. Peace to rep out and have a fantastic Thursday, guys.